She stood on the ledge, bare feet curled over the cold edge of the concrete balcony, the wind knotting her hair, her pink pajamas snapping the breeze like a flag before surrender. No tears, no screams, just stillness, like she was following instructions. And when I whispered her name, soft and shaken, barely cutting through the wind, she turned, slow, mechanical, and said, "Mommy told me to disappear, because I'm in the way." My heart didn't drop. It stopped, not from the words themselves, but from how flatly she spoke them, like she was repeating a bedtime story. I moved slowly, knees bent, palms forward. Quiet, careful. "Hey, baby, come here. You're not in the way. Mommy didn't mean that." She turned her full face toward me, and I saw it. Something wasn't right. Not bruises, not cuts. Worse. Her face was blank, like the part of her that used to light up when she saw me had been erased. She didn't jump. I caught her, pulled her down, wrapped her up in that scratchy old wool blanket she used to insist on during movie nights. She didn't resist, didn't speak, just stared through me, blinking too rarely. Half an hour later, the front door clicked open. Her mother strolled in, keys jingling like it was just another day. She kissed my cheek like someone offering an apology, without the burden of guilt. When I asked where she'd been, she shrugged. Work ran late. She hadn't worked in months. Her lies used to be slicker. I didn't press. Not yet. Just nodded, smiled, told her dinner was warm. That night I sat outside my daughter's bedroom door, counting her breaths through the wood, making sure they kept coming. When the silence grew too heavy, I crept into our bedroom. She was asleep, mouth open, no makeup. I stared at her face, not with love, but analysis, like it was a puzzle missing too many pieces. Something had shifted beneath her skin, something rotten. The next morning, I watched her brush our daughter's hair, fast, detached. No smile. My daughter flinched, barely, but I saw it. She used to laugh when her mother did that. Now she just sat there like she was waiting for it to be over. I checked the baby monitor recordings. Nothing. I combed through phone logs. One number kept popping up. Unfamiliar. Frequent. I saved it. No accusations. No sudden moves. I started pretending again. Pretending I bought her stories. Her glances. Her brittle affection. All while cataloging every detail. The new perfume she didn't realize she was wearing. The quiet bruises beneath our daughter's sleeves. One night, I asked casually, "Do you think she knows too much?" Her head jerked up. "Who?" I didn't answer. She laughed. It was the wrong kind of laugh. The next day, I hired a private investigator. 2 days later, I had an address. A small, overpriced condo paid in cash. Name on the mailbox wasn't hers, but I saw her through the binoculars, kissing someone soft and unfamiliar. She laughed like she used to, before everything, and I realized she'd already left. She just hadn't packed. I waited until dinner. The three of us sat around the table like nothing had fractured. Our daughter nudged peas across her plate. Her mother stared at her phone. I slid a manila envelope across the table. It landed with a sound that filled the room. She didn't open it right away. She didn't have to. Her face paled before she touched it. Inside were the photographs, the call logs, the lease agreement, and one printed line. "Did you tell her to disappear before or after the bruises started?" She didn't cry, didn't deny, just stared at me like I'd cut her open with paper. Her mouth moved, but nothing came out. I stood, walked to my daughter, kissed her head, and said nothing. No yelling, no drama. I didn't throw her out. I deleted her. The next morning, I left, took our daughter. Left the keys on the counter. Left the envelope on the table like a verdict. She called a dozen times. Then silence. A week later, we were in court. I showed the judge the balcony story. The bruises. Her silence. I didn't need to prove everything. Just enough. She unraveled on her own. Shaking. Pleading. Crying for the version of herself she'd already destroyed. She said my name like it would save her. It didn't. Said I was the only one who understood her. She was wrong. I never did. Not really. Not until I saw what she'd become. Now it's just the two of us. My daughter sometimes curls beside me, tucked into my side like a question mark. She doesn't talk about the ledge. I never ask her to, but sometimes when it's late and quiet, she looks at me and whispers, "You're not like her." I pray she's right. I keep the photos locked away. I keep that voice, asterisk disappear, you're in a way asterisk, caged in my head where it still claws and wails. But I never feed it, never forgive it. I just live with it. Because monsters don't always come from outside. Sometimes they live down the hall. Sometimes they say, "I love you," while hollowing out the people you love. Sometimes they dare you to see them. I did, and I didn't blink.